knows, but he's always been a friend of our group. I would like to say this. And when the group was established, the partnership with Vítor and with the Lisbon group was really important, especially in the first few years. So I'm really, really happy to see you here today, Vítor. And of course, Vítor is now the president-elect of the International Society of General Relativity and Gravitation. And I've also asked him to say a few words in that quality. But of course, Vítor will say whatever he wants. So please, Vítor, go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. So first of all, it's really a great pleasure and an honor to be here celebrating this day with you. It's a beautiful day, but it's also a beautiful celebration. For the field, for science, we're celebrating a decade of gravitational wave astronomy. It's a beautiful science that I think we all know it revolutionized the way we see the universe. It gave us the strongest evidence for black holes, for black hole binaries, and of course, amazing tests of general relativity in the strong field regime, which is what the Aveiro Graph Group focus on. And more or less, this is as far as I want to go as the elect chair of the International Society. I'm here mostly really to congratulate the Aveiro Graph Group for a 15-year anniversary, an amazing group. And, you know, I was thinking about all of you, and it's, well, the first thing that you realize is that institutions, groups and institutions in the end are all made by people, and they are the result either of talent or luck, or both. And clearly the Aveiro Group is full of talent, and there's amazing work that you guys did over the last 15 years. And of course, talent attracts luck. So I'm really happy to have seen that. It's a very special group in the country, but also in Europe. And it also happens, as Carlos was saying, that it's closely intertwined with my own career. I have a number of publications with the Aveiro Group. Just with Carlos alone, I was counting them. I think it's something like 17 or so. But more than the number, some of them were really significant for the community, in my humble opinion. So my interactions with Carlos and what would become the Aveiro Group started around 2008. Of course, I knew Carlos before that. I had heard about Eugene and Carlos before, but I never really had the opportunity to discuss science at length with any of them. But then in 2008, 2009, Carlos and I, together with Ulrich Perrake, now in Cambridge, and Leonardo Gualtieri, now in Pisa, decided to do this long-term project to understand black hole physics in higher dimensional spacetimes. And we wanted to do it fully nonlinear. It was an amazing, so wonderful, but very, very frightening time for me. We knew there was lots of physics to understand, but the task was formidable. I mean, with the exception of Uli, none of us was really trained in numerical relativity. So the odds of failure were basically unknown. And I think it's important to stress that we were looking to do in 3 to 5 years what took decades and hundreds of people to do in 4 dimensions. And that means we needed to have a good formulation of the field equations. We needed to understand horizons in numerical spacetimes. We needed to understand wave extraction and black hole perturbation theory, and so on and so forth. So we were lucky enough that the students that we recruited were fabulous. Helvi Vitek and Miguel Zilhão, who's there. I'm not going to bother you with details, but I think we did a series of beautiful works extending numerical relativity to higher dimensions, with or without cosmological constant, understanding interactions between charged black holes, something that Miguel basically did on his own. It's an amazing body of work. But this interaction kind of created the stage for 2 vibrant groups in different parts of the country to interact, exchange students, to do beautiful physics. Carlos mentioned the scalar hairy black holes, Proca stars, Proca black holes, and so on and so forth. And I think it was around this time that these 2 groups started placing Portugal as a center stage of gravity. In 2012, we organized the NRAGP in Madeira that Carlos already mentioned, was a beautiful venue with very impactful proceedings and an even more impactful school. The proceedings are online in the school as well. You should check it. It's a gorgeous compilation. It's also where I started the birth of an idea that was just published as a book. And I think it was somehow also the seed for many of the things that will come later. The Portuguese Society for General Relativity and Gravitation, that me, Carlos, José, and José Natário, Felipe Mena created back in the day, but also the cost action GW-verse that would crystallize the European community working on gravitational waves. After a brief but significant spell in Lisbon, Carlos solidified the group in Aveiro, now with expertise in ray tracing from Pedro, in PDE solving from Miguel and Eugene, and of course, the rest is history. It created a well-known group in Europe. These were forming years for me, at least. Carlos and I would often talk about science, where it was going, which results or directions were significant. There were kind of mini retreats of two people only. And this interaction, the science output, and the talented students that were trained, plus, of course, Carlos' scientific talent and leadership qualities are the reason why the Graph Group is internationally known and a powerhouse in the field. And even in a country where you would think that opportunities for funding are lacking, they are not if you truly want to do good science. And really, Aveiro Group is a testimony to that. I always followed the Graph Group developments, especially the wonderful science, and there's a reason for that. And the reason is that, you guys always keep me on my toes, and I hope you continue doing that for many years, and I am sure many more years are to come. I'm really delighted to learn that Miguel and Pedro just secured permanent positions and made the group larger and stronger. It's not an accident. It's the result of years of passion and hard work. So my congratulations to all the Graph members. Also, my big thank you for having made general relativity and black hole physics even more attractive to such a large number of colleagues and students worldwide. I'm about to close. A decade from now, we expect to have a European space-based detector. It's going to be flying, trailing the Earth, and there's possibly one or more underground detectors being built by that time. And who knows, high-frequency detectors looking at other windows in the gravitational wave frequency band. I'm quite sure that the Aveiro Group will play an important role in the country and in Europe in determining the science to be explored, as you've been doing for the past 15 years. So to conclude, it's been really my pleasure to be with you all these years, to celebrate with you this occasion from Copenhagen, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day of celebrations. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy.
Thank you very much, Vítor, for the very generous words. I should say that we are kind of inaugurating our new T-shirt, the group T-shirt today. So this is the 4th edition. Actually, the inspiration to do a group T-shirt came from the Lisbon group because Vítor had done one for his group. So we decided that we couldn't stay behind in that race. And so, but now we've gone through various experiments, and this is the 4th. We'll keep one for you. That's a promise. So thank you very much, Vítor. It was a really pleasure to see you, and hope to see you soon in person.
Same here. Thank you.
Thank you. So without further ado,